Isn't that just a really cool sound? Oh man. In today's video, guys, we will be getting into how to completely optimize and redo a simple combiner factory for super optimization. And we're also going to get into how to rework some of our previous factories so they work more effectively. Stay tuned. And welcome back, everyone. It's Buck here, and it's time for some more Automation Empire. We're on the last few episodes. We've worked really hard to get into those really cool remote connectors I keep telling you guys about. And I think the day has finally come. Let's get into it. We already at our kilogram mark. We need research. I think I've let it run long enough to where this should get us to where we need to be. I hope. Perfect. So there we go. The remote connectors, or as I like to call them, the color-coded tubes. These things are pretty awesome. Let's get right into it. First of all, we kind of want to stop. We want to get rid of everything here. So let's get out of that screen, get into our demolishers here. And I know it pains me to get rid of full tubs, but we'll be okay. Get rid of you. Whoops. Didn't need to get rid of you. Alright. Put you back. Even though I got rid of those full tubs, if we take a peek over here and over here, I think we'll be okay. Alright, so this is our input track. This is our output track. So what we want to do is get... Do I have room for these? I definitely got the money, that's for sure. Yeah. I can transfer some of that crazy fullness over there into over here. Okay. So we want some pickups. Now we need to make sure that we set these exactly the way we set them before with a little extra setting on them. So I want this one to only take iron, and I want this one to only take coal. Now we've got these color things down here that we can assign to these too, and that's where these remote connectors really come into handy. They really shine with the combiners. They're like absolutely made for combiners, but you can also apply them to your other factories. It's really space saving type like technology. It makes everything a lot cleaner, a lot faster. We'll get into that. We're going to have to redo at least one factory, maybe build another one in this episode if we can get along with it here. But for the iron, we're going to go orange. See, it's got a nice orange color to it. For that one, we're going to go blue, because I always keep the green on the moneymaker. Okay, since we're utilizing this space up here for vats, we'll keep all this space right here for the combiners. I doubt we'll need that much room, but it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. As my grandpappy always said. I'm just kidding. Okay, so now we have our input, we have our output. Now we need to get into these combiners. So you might be wondering, well, how are you gonna, with all that, what is that? None of that makes sense. None of it makes sense. But it will soon, I promise you. Alright, let's smack our first combiner down. Let's see, I need 2, 1, 2, so right there. Okay, we're just going to get one, and then we'll repeat it as much as necessary. So, put that combiner down. You got to have an input on either side, an output up top. Now that's where these things come in. So we've color-coded our iron tub orange. So we're going to put this nifty remote connector right there. Put a blue one here, and a green one there. Now what this does is through some crazy underground magical network, It's going to take all the iron in the orange and instantly transfer it to here and spit into this combiner. And we can repeat this system as many times as we want. The only thing you can't do is obviously transfer materials, from one factory to another, or if you had a really big factory and you wanted to process multiple things, you can't. Once this is designated blue, like I'll show you an example. I can't drop this down. All the colors are taken. So you're limited to using each 3 of the colors per factory. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and duplicate this system. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that's right. Let me zoom back in here. What? Oh, there we go. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll put all the color ones in. We'll watch the magic work. And this has definite implications to our other factories. Not only can we design them pretty much any way we want now, with our inputs and outputs going wherever we want them to, and I'll show you a pretty cool design with how to instantly almost instantly pick stuff up out of a refiner, which will speed up the process of getting your refined material to your pickup vat. We're getting ahead of myself. We'll get to that later in the video. For now, I think we're good. We set these two. That one doesn't need to be set to anything. We'll see if we need to add more than 4. Do you see how much room we have for more? And I could have turned these the other way and went 2 ways and go that way. I mean, you can really kind of fit these little designs in anywhere. Well, let's see what this does. We have our train coming. It's got a bunch of iron already, going to fill up with coal. While I had to let the system run to get 500,000 research points, Uncle Sam is really catching up, but we've got a ton of money to play with here. Before I unpause that, if you look in our research tree, we got to this, but we really need to be thinking about that train next, because we're already there. We're 800,000 research points away to putting trains in our system and moving on to phase 2. But that's going to take some planning. And before I looked around, I think the best way to hook up these trains is going to be from the middle of this and run it all the way over yonder. And I might be able to get 3 or 4 in there, and then we'll be definitely tapping into some of these long lost resources on the other side. But for now, let's stick to these remote connectors. That's what this video is about. We're going to learn how to really optimize those for your combiner factories, and we're also going to dig into how to apply these correctly to your other factories to make sure they are running more effectively. So let's unpause it. Okay, yeah, obviously we have nothing to ship out yet. This thing's doing its thing. It's got a bunch of iron, and good Lord, it's got a bunch of iron and coal in it already. Alright, these should start filling up. Now you notice how this one's picked up a bunch of iron, but it's not there. It's because it's kicking it out to these tubes. These tubes hold a little bit too. See, they hold up to 4. We got 3 combiners working, and there goes. All 4 combiners working. We might need a couple trips here just to make sure, see if we don't need to add another 1 or 2. Now that this is going to completely empty all the way, it's going to fill up correctly as we intended it when I designed this system to run all the way through 3 factories. Okay. This thing is literally like, sometimes it just was dumping boxes of iron into the red waste. No bueno. No bueno. Alright, come on. We need to see these things are cranking. We need to start building up a mass over here. Alright, all 4 going. while this was a cool idea, and I still like it, and I think it will work in the long run, it would probably be, if you're looking for things that are a lot more effective versus things that are a lot more cool, excuse me, it would have probably been better to run two separate inputs, maybe one back and forth from here to that, move that to the middle, and have a quick back and forth to that. But I like the loop. I think it looks cool. And I think we're going to get our end result that we want anyway. We really just want to keep this thing flowing. It is really, really hard to not see empty trucks because I jacked this thing up all the way. I think 4.5 seconds would have been good. 7.5 seconds is just truck madness. And not even the claw trains can keep up with that. So in your own playthrough, keep in mind, you might want to raise that incrementally until you get the result that you desire, not just do what I did and blow out the whole thing. Alright, we're starting to get built up here. 317, getting a lot more iron than I am coal. This thing's got 14. Okay, let's see. We're definitely got some there, that's good. Keeping the crate makers going. Is this thing gonna empty? No. Okay, I think I'm gonna put in 2 more of these just to see how that works. Really, really super easy to duplicate these things now. Come on. Try to put those in backwards just about every time. Don't know why. There. There. There we go. And you. And you. Alright. So now they're all working. And that's... We need to add more minecarts there, I would imagine. But this thing is probably going to get full. I think it might just be beneficial for now. I don't really want to shorten that too much. I need to work a little magic here. And there's a freaking pole in my way. There's always a pole in my way. Because this is getting backed up. We can get a little bit of research out of this. Let me pause this and we'll work some magic over here. That is not what I wanted to do. So to make this minecart longer, since back one more, kind of tight on space, you have to raise it up. I raise it up, then I can. Oh, good, I can do that. So just like that, and then I want to add 2, 3 maybe. But in shorten that one down too much. We'll see. Alright. So we still got all the combiners working, and this thing is back to drop off. So that's a good sign. And we produce a lot of steel plates with this many combiners. It's crazy. Which is why, whoops, we're going to turn this back on. It's only going to pick up every other 2. Because when we get into trains, we really need some research points. I think it's 800,000. Yeah, 800,000. So while we're working on other things, we definitely need to get some research going. Because let me tell you, it is boring just to sit here and stare at your screen watching a research point bar slowly fill up. I wouldn't recommend it. It's like watching paint dry. Terrible. Alright, so we got that one going. Well, what's the next one? Should we optimize this that is ridiculously full? You think that needs optimizing? Probably not. Let's look over here. How are you doing? Strong candidate right here. Strong candidate. Okay. Our gold is still spilling all over the place. Okay. Let's get into this. Let's let that go. Okay, cool. It left. Alright. Now, say bye-bye. Yes, you have to redo the whole thing. but trust me, it's worth it. It's a lot easier. A lot easier. So we're going to keep... two of those. Alright, for the first one, we're going to do yellow. Now, what you can do is you can connect another container to one that you've colored, and it'll still work as if they were both colored. You just can't color them both. It's just if you connect them, it's pretty much the same thing. Alright, now... and even though I think this should work as a connector tube because, you know, it looks like a tube, you still have to have one of these little things, which is really dumb, but that's how the game works. You put one of them down. Okay. This, you know what, I may try something else here too. Maybe. We'll see. Oops. I believe this was only a 2-cart system, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think this was only a 2-cart system. Or a 2 crate maker system, rather. Now, we need these. What I was saying that I was going to try, I think I did this setup differently. I was going to try to do some claw trains in here, but I think I've done that test before, and I don't think it's... I mean, it may look cooler, but as far as effectiveness, it really... these things do the job. They're cheaper, they're monumentally easier to set up, as long as you know how to fine-tune them. And with the claw trains, you got to set up the things, and then buy the tropes, buy the tracks, and I think that's a lot easier in my opinion, so we're going to go with that. Oops, wrong one. Oops. Now you want to turn each one of these to the side, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. You take your crate destroyer, okay, put all these in. Okay, now we got to set these, and it's crazy how much room we're gonna save in this factory. You're gonna be beside yourself. Wow, we were so cramped for space before, and now we could park a freaking bus in here. All right, so we need a quicker picker upper, right? Yep, you. All right, so right straight out the gate, as soon as it comes out, it's gonna get sucked up into one of these. And we don't have to worry about, like our other factories, oop, not that one. Let's go look at this one. Our other factories where it comes out and it's got to be transferred and then ran to a certain point. Nope, no more of that. Makes it so much easier. We just drop a green one of these. And that's it. That's as far as you got to take it. Simple, right? Now, since that should be way more efficient, put one of those, put her downer right there, color him green, and that factory is optimized. And alright guys, we have done it. We got the remote connectors in place. Let's listen to the sound of those amazing combiners going. Look how much easier these combiner factories are to set up with these tubes than just normal factories. So simple. And they absolutely look amazing. And look at this. Look at this. It's full. That's full. We're doing research. It's getting full. Like, bleh. It's nuts. That's why when this happens, you're almost out of this, excuse me, you're almost out of this crate maker phase into phase 2 of the freight trains. Let's double check this factory real quick. Yeah, it's doing its thing. The crates, yep, and gone. This thing should always leave full, hopefully. Unless we just, we may just not have enough iron hooked up into there. With only 5, let's see, I think it'll be okay. Oh yeah, this thing's got a full crate, not even waiting on a truck. Yeah, we definitely did good there. We got research going, and I've showed you guys how to completely optimize a combiner factory, and I've showed you how to optimize your regular factories. So I think that's going to be all for today, guys. Make sure you tune in next episode where we will be getting into the freight trains. A little bit of news for you, though. Today is Sunday. I'm not sure the date, but my new computer arrives in 3 days. So I probably will not be uploading another video until I get that new PC and get it set up and going, because I have really been stretching my poor little Ryzen 3 to its limits, to where it's starting to cause me some problems in recording, so it's got to go. But anyway, guys, look forward to another video as soon as I get that hooked up. As always, if you like this video or found anything that I've mentioned useful, take that extra second to leave a like, and might as well leave a comment while you're at it. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I respond to all the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. As always, be good to each other, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.